it just took me a very long time to read because it dragged, guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Uche, and if this is your first time on this channel and you're not subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button down below so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming again. In this video, I'll be reviewing the book The Gilded Ones by Sierra Leonean author Namina Forna. So this book was published in 2021, so it's a pretty new book. And I would not lie, what drew me into this book was the front cover. Let's take time to appreciate the book cover. It is very beautiful. It's so attractive. Before I even read anything about the story or maybe a summary of the story, it was just the cover. I knew that I had to read this book, and I came on YouTube and I saw that okay, there was this whole hype going about the book. I was like, oh, even better. The Gilded Ones tells the story of Deka. So Deka is the main character in this book, and it started from when she was 15. So in her village, there's this thing they call the ritual of purity. All the young girls about her age, they are taken to the temple, and the priest performs this ritual of purity. So he just cuts them, and if your blood runs red, it just means that you're normal and you can go ahead to marry someone that was respectable in the society, and you could just live your life. But if your blood runs gold, it just means that you're impure. So those ones that are impure, they are banished from the village, and if they survive, they are sent to a different territory to fight as warriors. So Deka looked forward to this ritual because already people had begun to look at her like she was abnormal. So she just needed this ritual of purity to just prove that okay, that she was a normal person and she could live in the society as well. But just before it gets to her turn to be caught, deathshrieks attack her village. So deathshrieks, from the beginning of the book, deathshrieks are the worst enemy that humans there could have. So these deathshrieks, they are not human beings, they are beasts, and they are monstrous beasts. So they attack, and that's where Deka's powers comes to the fore, because with her voice she's able to send the deathshrieks back to where they were coming from. And although they killed some of the villagers, she was able to save her dad and some others because of her voice, because of her abilities. And that was where everybody got to know that okay, she's not one of us, she's not normal. So she's locked up, and there she's bled. So her blood doesn't run red, her blood runs gold, and she just gets to know that she can't die. So she has this ability, she can see in the dark. So these abilities just make even her dad that she loved so much to just deny her. So as at when I was counting, while she was there, she had been killed 9 times. So she was beheaded. Even if she's beheaded, her body just comes back together. So there's something that is called the gilded sleep, and it's not really a true death. It's just once you're killed, you fall into this sleep so that your body can just repair itself, and you're just whole again, like nothing ever happened to you. And what happened was that the priests of that village, they were selling her blood because her blood was gold. So they were selling her blood, and they were bleeding her, and she was going through this torture. And she just had this notion in her mind that okay, that she was a bad person, she was impure, so she needed to atone for her sins. So that was kind of like an absolution for her, but not an entire absolution. So from there, she's transported to the emperor's city, and there they are trained as warriors. So she's not the only one. There are groups of girls that they just spring up, girls that their blood run good. So they are seen as impure, they are seen as abnormal. So they are trained as warriors just for a sole purpose, to fight the city's enemies. So the emperor is preparing a campaign, that's this big battle where they are going to decimate all the deathshrieks, and that they'll just fight the emperor's wars for him. So these girls, they are not important in their own individual villages, but here in the emperor's territory, it's called the Wasubera. They are given this importance. Here they are warriors, and they are called the Alaki warriors. So they have basically the same abilities. Their blood runs gold, and they don't die easily, but if their blood runs blue, that's the final death. So anytime their blood runs gold or from any injury or whatnot, it doesn't mean they are going to die. So here the girls are trained. Deka makes friends with other girls. There's Brita, there's Belcalis, there's Adwapa, and there's Asha, a twin sister too. We just see how these girls just live their lives in preparation for this final battle, and there we see that Deka is kind of like in a huge abnormality. She's the worst of it. Like the other girls that their blood runs gold, they are seen as abnormal, but Deka, she's she has the worst of the abnormalities, because now her own powers are heightened. She's, I would say she's the best of the best when it comes to being a warrior, and we later find out that she's the Nuru. In another backstory, we get to see that the Gilded Ones are actually 4 goddesses that have been put to sleep, that are in captivity, all thanks to the Emperor. So later on, we get to see who the real bad guy is, and you know, there are lots of things going on in the book. There are a lot of backstories to the book. We even see a romance or a friendship brewing between Deka and this other guy, Hater. And that's just basically it about the book. And I wouldn't really say I enjoyed myself while reading this book. This book was just it was just there. It wasn't spectacular. It was below expectation for me, because this should be about the first book in the fantasy genre that I'll read. So I really was looking forward to it, and it just took me a very long time to read because it dragged, guys. This book dragged. Like, I had to keep dropping it and picking it up on different occasions, because I wanted so much to love this book, but I just felt it was basic. Even when we got to the climax where everything was going to happen, it was this final battle, I could picture what was happening, yes, but it wasn't, it didn't have this excitement for me. This excitement was not there for me. And oftentimes I found myself referring back to The Slave by Elechi Amade when the wrestling scenes were explained. So I felt it was going to be very vivid like that, but it was just basic. It was just there. So if there's one thing I'll commend this book for, it's very inclusive. Yes, the issues that are talked about in the book, there's one of patriarchy, the number one issue that is looked at in this book. So the society that is described in this book is very patriarchal. This statement, women should be seen, not heard, it's very inherent here, and the women are just seen as nothing, especially ones that are now impure. Like, they're just the scum of the earth, like they're the worst of it. There's also an inclusion of LGBT, but I felt it didn't come in right. So when Adwapa was talked about as being a lesbian, I felt it just jumped at us, and the fight scenes, the battle scenes were not epic. It was not what I was expecting. I was expecting more. I was expecting more, but it was just flat, and like I've said before, it dragged a lot. So guys, apart from that, I'll say the book is actually pretty cool. It's okay. It's not one I would hurriedly recommend to someone who is starting out with the fantasy genre, but it's just there, and that's it about the book. So I'd like to know, if you've read the book, what do you think about the book? Please, I'd love to hear what you feel about the book in the comment section down below. And I will still reiterate, I love the book cover so much. The book cover is just it for me. There's a sequel coming out. It's The Merciless Ones. It's going to be released in 2022. So I do not know if I'll be reading this book, The Merciless Ones. I'm not sure I'll be reading it, but I don't know. I just might read it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in my very next video. Bye guys.